In this 4-part series, I'm gonna answer a few questions from the comments, what I see people struggling with. So in part 1 and 2, we're gonna join the wardrobes together correctly. We're gonna attach the wardrobes through those 4 holes to the wall. In this case, we're gonna have skirting board at the bottom. So we're gonna fill the gap here with those wooden bits. I'm gonna explain everything, how to put them on the wall, how to check the wall for any wires and everything you need about this. And there's a lot of people struggling with the top rail, so part 1 and 2 are gonna answer all your questions, how to do this properly, how to fix especially the top rail correctly. In part 3, I see a lot of people have a problem with the door adjustment, so the door's not lining on the edges properly with the wardrobe frame. So I'm gonna take you through it. I'm gonna explain all the mechanics of it. And we're gonna attach the side panels as well, those one thicker one smaller one, so your doors lining up nicely on the edges with those ending panels. And in part 4, we're gonna have a light. There's gonna be one specific light which I'm gonna show you how to do it. This is for the Ikea Pax wardrobe with the sliding doors, and the light is right under the top rail. I'm gonna show you everything, how to pull the wires without drilling anything, how to attach it all together. Let's go part 1 and 2. Here we're gonna attach the wardrobes through those 4 metal brackets. In this case, as I mentioned, we have a skirting board. We're gonna have the equal gap from the top and bottom. A lot of people, they don't wanna remove the skirting boards because they're renting or whatever the reason is. So this is the solution here. I'll explain how to do this correctly here. So before you do anything, remove all the stuff from the wardrobe, or if you just build the frames, that's perfect. You don't need to put interiors yet in. Now the legs, you have to open them up like this, otherwise we're gonna need to move the wardrobes in and out. If you move the wardrobe with the legs screwed in already, you're gonna rip them out. Don't forget to move the legs out. Here, moving the wardrobes, if you have a carpet, move the wardrobes this way, don't just push it, lift it up, slide it, lift it up, slide it, one side, another side. The wardrobes go nice and easy, they're not so crazy heavy if they not loaded with the drawers yet. So do it this way, up and move, and up and move. If you have wooden floor, go easy, don't scratch your floors. This is the good things to move the wardrobes around. Yeah, it's like a dancing with the wardrobes. Alright, let's move them around. So before you put them on the wall, don't do this, yeah, just dance with the wardrobe. Before I'm gonna do any drilling on the wall, I'm gonna check the wall for any plumbing or electric wires. So this is roughly where we're gonna attach the wardrobes to the wall. So this is the scanner I'm using here. Some of them, they are more accurate than the others, so that's these good things to use them, because we don't know what is behind the wall. So here I'm not getting any bad readings. Here on the side is interfering a little bit the metal bracket from the wardrobe, I think. It seems pretty clear. The wardrobes are nice and clear without any wires here, or the plumbing. Check your walls with the wall scanner. All that said, the wall scanners, they are not 100% accurate. At least I didn't find one. If you have any suggestion, put them in the comments. Sometime if you wanna find out if the wall is strong enough, you can knock on it. If you hear like a hollow sound, this is probably not too strong, or if it's like a more full sound, then the wall is probably solid behind it. Now we can move the wardrobes together, move the wardrobes back, so we're gonna reduce all the gaps as we're gonna mark the wall now. So put the wardrobes exactly the same as you're gonna have it. So that's gonna be the place where they're gonna be, and they're not gonna be moved anymore. Here you see still the gap there. Push it at the bottom, the last bit, not on the middle, not on the top. The wardrobes need to be in the exact place where you want to have them. So no gaps between, everything lining up nicely. Here at the back, make sure you're right on the skirting board, so push it in. And we're gonna put something here on the top, which I'm gonna explain in a moment. I'm gonna use the clamps now to join the wardrobes. Make sure the top is lining up perfectly, so there's no half millimeter on the top, is lining up 100%. I secure them here with the clamps, so the wardrobe is not moving anywhere. Usually I don't do this before I mark the wall. I just know the wardrobe is roughly good together, but just for you to see, I use those clamps on the top and on the bottom, so this is exact the connection I'm gonna have when the wardrobe is gonna be joined with the joining screws, so no gap at all. The top is important because of the top rail. People struggling with that, cannot put the top in. See, at the back of the wardrobe still opening slightly, so I'm gonna fix that as well. Let's have a look how far we are there. Yeah, it's opening like millimeter or millimeter and a half, so that's not the big deal. But here I have still gap I didn't see, so push it all the way there. And now we can check it out. Here is perfect. This is what I need. The front is very important, and the back is okay, good enough. We're gonna reduce that small gap with the joining screws. Here we have a freestanding unit on the right side. So in our case, it's gonna be open unit with no doors, so I can go all the way to the wall. Check it out before you position the wardrobes. If you have let's say hinge doors, so make sure you have enough space with the door handles. So this unit is just gonna be joined here. The doors can open comfortably, and all your drawers can move and can open up in full. In this case, as I mentioned, I'm not gonna have doors on the small unit, so it doesn't really matter. I can go all the way to the wall side. I'm gonna mark the wall through those 4 brackets, so this is exactly the place where the wardrobe gonna stay. We're not gonna move it anymore. So I just push the wardrobe close to the wall and I mark the holes, all 4 holes. So just small mark on the wall. Before I drill the wall, I'm gonna move them one more time and check it out, exact spots. Make sure you see on the other side as well. Make sure you have enough space if the doors are on the side or anything. Here the wardrobe is in the right position, so put the tape on the carpet or just mark the floor so you know exactly where the wardrobe is going to be standing, because you're going to drill the walls now. So the wardrobe need to come in the exact same position as it was before. You're going to need to move the wardrobes because you're going to drill the wall now. So it's the same way, lift it up on the side, one, another one, same here. See, I'm not sliding anything, just moving it nicely. As I mentioned, we're kind of dancing with the wardrobe, not pushing them this way. Okay, don't push it, especially on the carpet. On the wooden floor is easier. You can kind of slide it slowly. Do it the way I did. On the carpet is much harder to slide it. So we mark the wall now. This is the last check with the electric scanner. If we on the exact points where the wardrobe is going to be attached to the wall. So we just make sure the wall is clear before we start to drill. You see, I'm knocking the wall, checking if they sound the same on all sides. That give you indication as well. Now we're gonna cut this wooden bits. I'm gonna just improvise. I don't have any special measures. They're roughly about 10 centimeter each. I buy them from DIY shop and then I just cut them when I need them. So roughly about 10 centimeter, cut it, and see, I just improvise with those cardboards from the packing, which you may probably do the same thing, because if you don't do this professionally, you're not gonna have any special tools and things. You see, I'm gonna cut it on those cardboards from the wardrobe, so the dust not going on the carpet or on the floor. Don't cut it straight on the floor. Make sure you have enough space so you're not gonna cut into your floors or carpet, so you can improvise and be safe at the same time. So we cut 4 of those. Now we're gonna drill them exactly the same. You see, I'm working on a cardboard just from the drawers or from whatever I just opened. The size of the drill, depending on your screws. We're gonna go with kind of long screws here, so I'm gonna go with a thicker one. I start with thinner one, and then I see if the screws go too hard in, or I want to change it for the smaller ones. I still can if the hole is smaller. So I start something like that. We're gonna use the thick screw, so I'm gonna go with this size of the drill. Once you're done, I usually try to make the holes at the beginning bigger, so the heads of the screws, they go completely in. I don't want them to stick it out, as I want the wardrobe flush on those wooden bits completely. I'll just make the way for the screws. So once this is done, you're gonna have 4 of them. You see, nothing on the carpet. I'm working on the cardboards all the time, so make your life easy after with the cleaning. Next step is those 4 wooden bits on the wall. The most important one's gonna be one visible one from the side. So this is in our case here. So we want it to be hidden inside, not overlap over the wardrobe. So you're not gonna see it from the front. So here is how it is. Roughly I'm gonna show you from this side, so you have a better imagination how that's gonna go. So here is the gap. So you're not gonna see this, not gonna overlap like that. So it's gonna be hidden inside this way. The gap there is roughly about finger and a half. This one is gonna be inner one. That does not really matter how much is gonna be there on the side, but this one is important as this one gonna be visible from the side. Or depending on the positioning of your wardrobe, you may have it visible on both sides, so just make sure the endings are correctly done, like on a finger and a half, hidden inside behind the wardrobe. So not overlapping, just hidden this way. So it's gonna look like this after we attach the wardrobe. See, the wooden bit is nicely hidden inside when the wardrobe attached to it. First one, where is the arrow, that's the mark on the wall, that's the exact hole from the metal bracket on the wardrobe. And now just slide it in. So that's roughly gives you the hole, which you mark through the metal bracket, give you indication how deep you need to go with the wooden plug. So where is the arrow is the mark on the wall, which we make through the metal brackets. That's the cross. So here you have it in detail. So I'm just gonna go and slide it down this way. So I keep like a 3 centimeters from the side. Not gonna be right on the middle, but it's gonna be far enough so when I'm gonna drill put the screws in, it's not gonna chip the wood. So when you put this down, don't put it left, right, put it exactly as you drill, so at the end you're gonna know how to put it up. I'm gonna do this for all 4 of them. Once I drill it, I just put it down the same way as I drill it on the wall. If you mix them, then you're gonna have a problem, you know. You're gonna mix them, don't know where it is left, right. The last one is important, so here we go slowly again. Where is the arrow, that's the mark on the wall, that's the exact hole from the metal bracket on the wardrobe. So this one, make sure it's not gonna overlap. So I go roughly like this, just slide it down. So we can slide it right on the middle, where is the arrow, and leave it like 2-3 centimeters on the side. Measure that before you drill. You see, I have them exactly as I drill them. I put them on the floor, so they in an exact spot where I'm gonna go. Now, depending on your wall, on the type of the wall, you're gonna have many different kind of wall plugs. I'm using this white one, the Ikea one, called fixed. I think it costs like £7-8 or dollars. They are really good. I really like to use them. They are perfect. But if you have any different type of wall, just check what type of wall you have and use the wall plugs according to it. I'm just gonna use this electric screwdriver for because we have just a brick here, so it's gonna be easy to drill. Not gonna need a big hammer drill, so I try with the smallest one I can regarding the plugs, and so I don't drill big holes if you not need to. If it's gonna be strong enough, gonna be good. If not, you can make it always bigger, but if it drills bigger hole, you can make it smaller. So here I go with the small one, and I will try to do the first hole with the electric drill here. If it not gonna work, I'm just gonna get a big hammer drill and gonna go for it. So the hole, the size of the drill bit is depending on your wall plug, so make sure the wall plug go nice and tight in. Sometimes I go half number smaller, just to make sure the wall plug is tight. If you go too hard, make it a little bit bigger, but make sure the wall plug when you go to the wall have a nice resistance. Don't make it too tight, because once you're gonna hammer the plug in, it's gonna just bend. So that's mean you're gonna need to extend the hole a little bit bigger, or make sure have nice resistance when it's coming in. It doesn't come too easy. Here, this hole, I have a little bit of problem. Once when you smell the drill, you can feel if it's a wood or metal what you're coming to. So I'm not gonna go a bit heavier on that hole. I'm gonna remember it. Usually I try to go with the screw. If the screw go nicely in, that's mean the wood is in there, that's fine. I can just go without the wall plug, and I just go with the wood. If you smell wood on the screw, that's the wood there. Now I can put all the wall plugs apart from the one hole. I think there's a wooden beam or something. There must be something in the wall. I didn't want to drill it through it. I'm gonna use those screws. Those are the biggest screws in the Ikea box, the Ikea fixed box. So, and the small wall plug. You see, the key is the screw have to go all the way to the wall plugs to the end. So once you hit the end, gonna kind of tighten the wall plug, and you're gonna extend it in the hole, so it's gonna hold nice and strong inside. Here I need a little bit bigger holes for those thick screws, which I'm gonna use. If the hole is too small, you easily gonna break that wooden plank, so make sure the holes are in accurate size. That's mean the screw go nicely in. Here I adjust the screws so they're sticking out from the other side a little bit, so I can see the holes on the walls. So you see from the inner side, you can see it. If you ride on the holes, once you're in, you can open the screws completely, so the wooden planks go right on the wall, and then secure it completely in, like that. Exactly the same here. Find the holes, open the screws, and secure them completely in. I'm gonna see here in the detail. That's why I pushed them out a little bit, like 2-3 millimeters, so I can find the hole. Once I'm in the holes, just open the screws completely and then secure them in. And the last one, the most important one, exactly the same thing. Just place it in and secure it on the wall. Check them out if they're holding nicely. I'm happy with this one. This is a brick wall here. I'm about 75 kilos. This holding, even if I put my weight on it. Very happy with that. Unfortunately, not all the walls are like this, so that's why you need to choose your wall plugs accordingly. Now we're gonna have last chance to hoover your carpet, and then we're gonna attach the wardrobes to the wall. But that's all gonna be in the part 2, and in the part 2 I'm gonna show you how to join them together and how to attach them to the wall from the inside of the Ikea Pax wardrobes, and how to attach the top and bottom rail on the wardrobe. Thank you for watching, and see you in part 2.